What are wet dreams? Wet dreams are, as soon as you fall asleep, you may start to wet your pants and have a wet dream. Ejaculate means to let out semen, which is the fluid that contains sperm, from your penis. The only way to have a wet dream is if you've been through puberty and your testes can make sperm. Most of the time, when you have a sex dream, you have a wet dream. But not always. You may not remember the dream at all. Wet dreams are called nocturnal emissions. It means at night. Another way to say freeze is emission. Sleep orgasms are also sometimes called that. None of this means you have to masturbate to have a wet dream, though. You don't have to touch your penis to ejaculate. They can have wet dreams, too. As long as girls can't ejaculate, they can have an orgasm while they have a dream. Girls don't have dreams like this as often as boys, though. Things cause wet dreams. When males go through puberty, their bodies start making the hormone testosterone, which is good for them. As soon as your body produces testosterone, it can make sperm. This means that if you decide to have a baby in the future, you'll be able to get an egg and make it into a baby. It also means that if you have sex, you can get a girl pregnant, which is good. There are different times of day when you'll get an erection, like when you go to school, watch TV, or take a shower. There are many ways to get an erection while you are asleep. Semen can build up inside your body, and it can be hard to remove it. One way that semen comes out is when you have a wet dream. Frequency, wet dream frequency. People have wet dreams as they grow up, but not all teenage boys have them. It doesn't mean there is anything wrong with you in either case. Sometimes, men have wet dreams. Others may only have a few wet dreams in their whole life. If you sleep on your stomach, you might be more likely to have sexual fantasies. Do this if you have a wet dream. In the morning, wash yourself. Wash your penis and testicles with soap and water, including the area under your foreskin if you haven't had your foreskin cut off. If you have wet dreams and feel bad about it, talk to someone. Take a seat with a doctor, parent, counselor, or another adult you trust to talk about your health. Wet dream prevention. There is no way to do this to stop or change your wet dreams. When sperm are released by masturbating, having sex with a partner, or having intercourse, you may have less of them. Another thing that could help is that if you don't sleep on your stomach, you might have less of them. No, wet dreams are not like sleep orgasms or nighttime sex. Yup, they all refer to the same thing. Have a wet dream while you sleep, have sex while you sleep, having a nocturnal emission. People call it nocturnal emission when they ejaculate while they sleep. Remember that wet dreams talk about nocturnal emissions or sleep sex. Wet dreams can happen to people who have vaginas. Absolutely. Many people think wet dreams are only for teenagers because there is so much research and literature about them. This is not true. Research on wet dreams and vaginas is very scarce, but what is available shows that it's not just penis owners who have wet dreams. As it turns out, most people who have vaginas have a sleep orgasm before they turn 21. Besides the lack of research, the fact that there isn't much evidence of a wet dream may also make people think that penises make people more likely to have them. The more semen you have, the easier it is to tell a wet dream from a vaginal one. If you always have wet dreams, does that sound normal to you or not? Who knows? Around puberty, wet dreams tend to happen more often because of all the raging hormones. As you get older, they happen less often because your hormones settle down. Everybody is different. Wet dreams can happen a lot more often for some people than others. Hormonal changes happen all the time for various reasons, and they can change how often you have wet dreams. Having more sexual stimulation before going to bed, like watching porn, can make you have more wet dreams. So can go for a long time without having sex or masturbating. The more you watch TV, the more wet dreams you have. Semen leakage is another thing that could happen to people who have penises. If you're having an uncontrollable leak of semen at night or at other times of the day, this could be a sign of a problem with your prostate or be a side effect of a drug you're taking. If you think you have too many wet dreams, you might want to talk to a doctor or other healthcare professional to find out if there are any medical reasons for them. A clinician might send you to a counselor if they don't find anything. An expert could help you figure out what your dreams mean and why you keep having them. Take a shower. Wet dreams are a healthy and natural part of sleep, and they don't usually need you to do anything to make them happen. Other than that, what else can you do? If your wet dreams are making it hard for you to sleep, or if they're affecting your mental health, talk to a doctor or nurse for help. No, not always, nope. As with sex acts, not every wet dream will end with an orgasm, just like not every sex act does. On the other hand, having an orgasm doesn't always lead to ejaculation or wetness. It's possible to have wet dreams without having an orgasm. To have some semen leakage or vaginal wetness, you don't need to have had an orgasm. I haven't had a wet dream. The answer is no, absolutely. Everyone won't have a wet dream. Some people have a few, and some people have a lot. When you're a teen, you might have wet dreams. As an adult, you might not. Dreams are very personal and unique to each person. They aren't the same for everyone. Can you make your dreams wet? Maybe. There is some evidence that if you sleep on your stomach, you might have sexual or lustful dreams. It's not clear why this link is there, though. It's possible to test the idea by lying on your belly in bed before you go to sleep. Can you stop having wet dreams? No, not at all. You might be able to control your dreams, right? That's what some dream experts say. I don't know. According to research, you might be able to change your dreamland story. Having lucid dreams is called this, and there are ways to help you do it. Keep in mind that even if you try these things, it doesn't mean you'll be able to control your dreams successfully. There's no way to ensure that you won't have a wet dream. The bottom line is, the most important thing to remember is that wet dreams are normal. If you have a wet dream, that's not a bad thing. Not everyone will. Make sure you know that sleep orgasms are unique, like all other orgasms. You can have 1, 2, 3, or 4. There's no right or wrong way to do it.